Okay. People are joining. People are joining. How are we all doing? All right. Jackie Treehorn. I love that. I hope it's the actual Jackie Treehorn. What's good? My juice is good. I like to juice things. I have a juicer. Therefore, I juice. Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about this record that just came out today. This live album from Cervantes, and so if you have a question or something, you can request to join the chat, and I will. I'll bring you in. Be your best friend. I mean, if you really want me to. Okay, who's requesting here? Josh. Yeah.
Hi.
What's up, bud?
That's it.
What's uh what's the question you got for us today?
I got a question for you. I assume, what would be your favorite song to play since you ever started? From your beginning, what's been the key song that you would love?
That's a good fucking question. It's a good fucking question. All right, I'll answer. Sign off, and I'll answer. Here we go. All right, that's a good question. What's my favorite song that all time that I play? I wrote this one of the first tunes I wrote. Not one of the first songs I wrote. One of the first songs I wrote that wasn't complete dog shit was this song called "Boy" by my first band, Brothers Past, and I wrote it when I was 16 ish, and started playing it around 17 with my band, and Ghostlight plays that song. I've been playing that song my whole career, my whole life, and I'm totally okay with it. That's like, that's like one of those tunes where it always feels okay. It always feels right. It never really lost its jive for me. I got a guitar, I think. I'm not familiar with the tune, but it's like it's the one that goes. If we get a guitar pick. Hey boy, do you have the time? Oh, you always there. Hey boy, do you know your life? Do you know all the steps? Hey boy, did you run away? Will you keep on running? So boy, we gonna stay? Did you run too far? Yeah, we sat and we saw I jumped just too far into your arms so I could take you away from this damn land. So sit tight, boy, 'cause we can't be more than a few miles away. There it is. Even now, I didn't mind playing it. So yeah, that song is like old enough to drink alcohol legally, and I still like to play it. So, okay, let's see what other questions we got here. That's not a question. That's a statement, bro. Please cover Visions of Johanna. That's not a fucking question. A question would be, would you cover Visions of Johanna? Could you? Have you ever? Those are fucking questions, not a statement or an order. Come on, guys, work with me here. Try to make this thing, and maybe let's talk about Ghostlight and this live album we just came out today. How did you get involved with Grateful Dead projects? Let's keep it, at least for a while. Let's keep it away from the Grateful Dead. We were talking about original music. Let's celebrate original music. The Grateful Dead is original music if you're Bob Weir or Jerry Garcia or one of those guys. I am not, so therefore it's not original music. So let's talk about that. We could talk about any of the stuff that's on this new Ghostlight live album. There are original songs on there that we as a band wrote together. There are also songs, Brothers Past songs, and songs from just like whatever back catalogs, and any news on a new album. I mean, in case you haven't heard, there's been a bit of a thing going around. So there's not a lot of people being in one place at the moment, unfortunately. So, we're all kind of writing on our own and whatever. And whenever we can travel again and we can test and make sure that we're all good, and the 5 of us in Ghostlight can get back in a room together, we will start making a record here at my studio. I have a studio here in Philadelphia. This is the control room. Out that window's the live room. And that's just kind of where it's all at. But so I hope that answers your question. What's your favorite jam from the Cervantes show, and how did you choose the track to put out? Well, we didn't really choose the tracks. It was just the show. It was like, oh yeah, this was a good show. Let's use it. The jams, man, I don't know. That whole thing going out of Leave the Light On. Sorry, I keep looking. I have like the track listing over here. The jam coming out of Leave the Light On in the Head Over Heels, I thought was just really, really awesome. Dan like starts it with this great bass line, and it was like super cool. Let's see. Let's get another request going here. Request Julia. Okay. Bringing in. Waiting for Julia Rose here. Oh, connecting.
Hey, Tommy,
hey,
what's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. Are you on the West Coast?
We're in Seattle, actually. Mom's visiting for the weekend. I got little brother.
Is your mother
here
there?
Too. Hi, darling.
Well, look at this. It's a family affair. Internet. Anyway, did you have a question?
Yes, sorry, I do. Okay, love the beer. It looks really good.
Thank you. I just trimmed it.
I was like, we were wondering. So last time I saw you guys, you were in Denver at Ogden. So much fun. That was supposed to be like the little kickoff to my spring, but then fucking COVID ruined everything. We were going to have fun. So what city is everybody excited to hit up first when everything gets back to normal?
Oh, man. That's a good question. Okay, I will answer off the air. Thank you for joining.
Of course.
Take care. Okay, favorite city. Well, I mean, I can't really answer for everybody. I think Holly's supposed to be joining me shortly. If she learns how to use this app. She's like my grandmother working the fucking microwave when it comes to this stuff sometimes. Right now there's just like a blinking 12 o'clock on Holly's VCR for some reason. Anyway, oh, here we go. Holly Bowling sent a request. We're going to go live with Holly Bowling. Yes. Waiting. Always waiting. Connecting. There we are.
Very funny.
Holly Bowling.
I can hear you, I'm right here. You jerk.
I'm like trying not to like really crack myself up while I'm talking this much shit. Where are you?
I'm on my patio.
Oh, look at this.
At my house, yeah.
Fucking A.
Yep.
Well, let's see here. Well, you got 74 people here watching us, dude.
Hello, 74 people of the internet. All right.
Pretty good.
Ooh, how does this VCR work here? I can't see the questions.
It's 12 o'clock, dude.
I just play the piano. I don't know. This is above my pay
so
grade.
a question that somebody just called in with was, what are our favorite venues? What are the venues we're looking forward to the most to get back to once we're able to get back to?
Dude, any of them. I just want to play in a room with other humans.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
It's like you're starving, and then somebody's like,
anywhere.
Yeah, not really gonna be picky about it, I don't think. Although, I mean, they were in the Pacific Northwest, which I feel like is a pretty great place for us.
Yeah, I mean, Bellingham's got my heart from now till forever. I would start a tour off there again.
I'm with you. Let's do it. Let's make it a thing. People of Bellingham, citizens of Bellingham, although there's only 65 people watching, so if there's anybody up there, let's say it's one person. So citizen of Bellingham, you heard it here first. Tom Elton and Holly Bowling, we're saying we're coming back as soon as we're able to because we really, really enjoyed your town. What was the name of that place? We went to brunch there like 18 times.
I don't remember, but let's not play around, man. It was really about the greatest Holiday Inn of all time. That place was a spa retreat.
Just shockingly amazing. You know, if anybody is affiliated with the Holiday Inn Corporation, let somebody know for us. God damn, that Bellingham one right by the airport. It was great. We had Quizzo. The restaurant wasn't terrible.
No, it was like, good.
Good, yeah.
Steam room, spa, the whole bit.
A whole bit. Yeah. It's pretty good. Okay, let's see if we can get a question. Hey, people, you may want to ask a question actually about the band and the album that just came out.
Oh, let's see.
Who gets to pick the posters used for our tours? We all do.
Yeah, it's a family affair.
Yeah. Yeah. Our managers usually like have people that they work with, and then they'll get something, and they'll say, "Hey, what do you guys think?" And then we'll say, "That's awesome," or "It's not," and we go from there. Come back to Humboldt. Dan and the Americans will open. Okay. Let's see.
Favorite band to tour with? Well, we've only really done that with one, so I guess they're number 1 out of 1.
You know?
Green Sky takes the trophy.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We have a hell of a time with those guys. I feel like they probably got tired of us and our loud shenanigans.
I can't imagine when that might have happened. Maybe it was your work of art on the back of the box truck. Just throwing it out there.
You think that's it? I think if anything, it might be our backstage shenanigans at the Mission Ballroom.
Oh yeah, the Grease versus Grease 2 sing along.
Man, that was an epic. Speaking of an epic battle, going between Grease 1 and Grease 2. It's like, how was that even a question? I don't know if Kelsey's watching, but we hope she is. And
I mean, she's got a few questionable statements, so you know
we'd like to bring those in if you call in, maybe.
Grease 2 for life. Who is this Julia Rose person?
It's just shocking. Like, nobody means that.
I think that this is they're just antagonizing us.
It really is. Are you guys going to be able to replenish shirts on our web store? That's a good question. I'm sure there's like something you can like click on to email somebody, and that'll get to somebody who deals with that shit.
This is an interesting one. Are you guys able to record tracks and send them back and forth between the members? I feel like we could, but I think we'd rather all
experience.
We'd all rather be in the room together. This whole thing has been really tough. You know, it's like now everything is reduced to things that are, you know, pre-planned or scripted, or what's going to happen has already happened, and then you send it to someone else to see what they can put on top of the thing that's already been said, and there's no room for a musical conversation. You know, like it feels like you're recording like a debate between several people, but you have to put in your answers and your responses to them before you've even heard what they're going to say, which is just, I don't know.
Doesn't really work.
I'll be glad when we can just play music in a room together again. Personally.
Hey, fucking man. I would like to say Kelsey Wood is watching.
Oh, great.
And she
would you say she's been watching the whole thing from front to back?
Yes, from front to back. I think she's watching it for sure. And she says she stands by all of her statements. So, you know, whatever. What do we got here?
What are you listening to in your free time that you're sure no one else is listening to?
Do you have one?
No, go ahead.
I've been listening to this band called Protomartyr, and it's so fucking good. it like makes me angry. It's so good. It's like if the Hold Steady like turned into Black Sabbath. It's so good. Like the music is super heavy and riff and like dark, but the vocalist is like more like Craig Finn. So it's like verbose. Like it's just he's spewing literature over this really dark shit. It's so fucking good, man. Protomartyr. Highly suggest it. There's a song called Twin Sister, I think it's called. It's just like it's really good. Oh, hey, the dog's there, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah.
How you doing there,
That's her,
pup?
her contribution.
While she's taking a break from destroying something, probably.
Yeah. Well, you gotta mix it up, keep us on our toes. I can't guarantee no one else is listening to him because this is hardly a secret, but I've been on a huge Nils Fromm kick. I ordered like 6 of his records before this thing started with the intention that like when I was, off the road on little breaks, I'd sit down and spend some quality time with him. And then, and then I've just been holed up in my house, fucking listening on repeat. So there's that.
I mean, that's pretty fucking, it makes the whole pandemic worth it pretty much, I think.
I wouldn't go that far.
That you get to listen to all those. I mean, it would have taken you years to listen to 6 records. Now you're ready for 6 more.
No,
Thank you, pandemic.
Good meditative, clear your head.
What else we got here? Who are your biggest musical inspirations for Ghostlight? And what was your vision for starting the... man, that's just a long fucking question. My biggest musical inspiration was Holly Bowling. And she's right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, everybody.
Hey there, Dr. Holly. Sounds like a series of monologues. Yes, there you go. Where's the scarf? Man, that's just so good. So good. I didn't see it coming.
Favorite food to get out on the road? Coffee.
Yeah. I gotta. What else? Yeah. Protomartyr, yes. Honey Hive. Waffle House. Huh. Have we ever eaten at a Waffle House?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think so. Had enough of that bullshit. So I hear a lot of 80s influence. Would you agree with that? Brady says it's more new generation rock and roll rock opera. I don't know about that. What do you think, Bolin? You think it's new generation rock and roll rock opera?
I'm not sure I would put it in that box, but I'm not sure what box I'd put it in. I'm not sure what that even
Nobody's
means.
putting anything in any boxes during this fucking goddamn quarantine, I'll tell you what.
Maybe it's time to get somebody else on this thing.
Okay. All right, Bolin.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen. That's Holly Bowling. She's going to sign off. We're going to get somebody else in here. But I'll talk to you later about the interface thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do that.
Late.
Bye.
Oh shit, that's fun. Who was more fun than us? Yeah. So what else we got? Any more questions? Feel free to join in. You can call in and I'll bring in. You can ask yourself a question. Let's see here. Smoking loud in the van? No, definitely not. You could maybe vape some pot or something if it's like mellow, but yeah, nah. Now, if this was the aughts, the early 2000s, nothing but smoking in a van. I would go out to smoke a cigarette and just smoke in the van. Like I love smoking in the van. Yeah, God, just burning butts, one off the other, just hanging it out the window. Good times. If any of my brother's past brethren are watching this thing, they know all about it. Let's see what we got here. Still experiment with psychedelics? Yeah, for sure. I definitely eat mushrooms pretty often. Yeah, it's great. not like, I'm not like trying to like chase the wind. But just microdosing and kind of, opening your gills a little bit. It's been good. Yeah. Tommy, what's the deal with the tape on your guitar? It's tape on a guitar. That's it. So it's right there. There it is. There we go. Yeah, nothing to it. It's just tape and a guitar. Let's not look too far into everything. Let's see what else we got. How's the studio coming? Studio's finished. We're sitting there right now, and it's pretty awesome. Pecan waffle from Waffle House. It's not bad. How much is scripted on stage versus just blasting off? So that's a good question, Cal Stud. It's like some dude with like no shirt on typing that question. Really none of it is scripted, other than like the actual composed parts of the song. Ghostlight is a pretty unique band in the way that we kind of go about how the flow of the show. So we'll pick like a pool of songs, like a bucket of tunes, and if it's a full night, if it's like a 2-set show, it'll be like 10 songs maybe. And so everybody kind of is like, hey, what tunes are available? We try not to repeat songs night after night. So it's like, all right, what songs are available, or what songs somebody want to play, and we kind of write it all down, and then those songs are then in no particular order, just on like a call list that we have while we're playing, and and then once we get to an open section, we start improvising. We're improvising. We're just talking and having a conversation up there and doing whatever happens. And if somebody brings us to one of those songs, then that's where we go. It's it's pretty good. And thank you for the question. Let's see. Oh, we got some requests here. Logan. Oh, and then we have Scotty Zwang also after that. Let's see what Logan has to say here. What's up, dude?
Hey, man.
Are you doing this while you're driving?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. All right.
Are you driving?
How you doing, man? This is awesome. It's kind of surreal.
You probably shouldn't be driving and doing this. This is a bad idea.
Yeah. It kind of is. I'm finishing up my FedEx route for the day. But I just.
Okay, well, hopefully nobody from corporate's watching this. Hey, what's your question? Get it out so we don't have to keep you on here and make you crash.
Well, I'm an aspiring session musician. I'm from Roanoke, Virginia. Saw you guys at 5 Points Music Sanctuary, and it's not a big city, as you probably remember.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of consistent work, and I was just wanted to ask, what are your favorite cities with thriving jam band scenes?
Okay. And what was your name?
Logan.
Logan, buddy, thank you for the question. And get off the goddamn phone. Go back to driving.
All right.
But what's a favorite musical hub that has a lot of good bands? Well, he did specifically say jam bands. I don't know. They're kind of everywhere, I guess. But just places with good music. Well, I guess like jam band mecca is clearly Denver. It's like Graceland for jam band fans. So I guess that's probably how that works. And then there's like Nashville. Like if you're looking to be like a session guy. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough because like everyone moves to Nashville to be a session guy, and then Denver, I think, seems pretty cool. I mean, Dan definitely gets a lot of work in Denver, so I don't know. That could be a good place to go. I have no idea, man. Any kind of, I think, just like major metropolitan area will find some kind of work in that field. You know, I don't know how much session work in like jam bands you're going to get, but as far as like other musicians and starting a band, yeah, man, go to Denver. Why not? You know, I lived there for a year. Wasn't my speed. I'm kind of like a super into being an East Coast person, I think, is kind of what it turned out to be. I'm a little too high strung to be taken in that Rocky Mountain air all the time. But yeah, Logan, Denver, bro. Try it out. Like it matters. Okay, here we go. We got some requests here. So we're gonna go in with Mr. Zwang.
Oh,
Scott
snap.
Zwang.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Long-time fan, first-time caller.
First time call, wasn't a listener?
Yeah.
I appreciate
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. You know,
You're frozen.
doing the thing, hosting a. Oh, good.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. My internet is spotty sometimes. I don't know why. Shouldn't be. But, yeah, what's the deal with FedEx guy calling in while driving? That's super dangerous.
It's pretty dangerous, Logan. We don't condone that kind of behavior. Not gonna lie, but we do appreciate your support. It's like
and driving a FedEx truck.
Yeah, it's like well, hey, it's like our president. You know, it's like you know, it might kill you, but get out there anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Too soon.
But going back to other
okay.
jam band hubs, by the way, I mean, you can't leave Burlington, Vermont out, or any Portland. I mean, obviously there's two important ones there.
Portland, Oregon?
Yeah, as far as I think he was just talking about for playing, not even for studio stuff. There is no studio stuff for jam bands.
Well,
I
know. Yeah, no, but yeah, Portland's a great like music hub. I don't know is it like a big jam band place though? I feel like it's a lot of indie rock, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of indie rock. I guess you're kind of spot on with, but even Colorado, like as far as like really big hubs now, obviously Denver has grown to what it is over the last 5 or 10 or whatever years, but like it's really been kind of a bluegrass hub, I feel like, if anything, which falls into that jam band category, but.
I believe the term you're looking for is jamgrass. Oh, God. Okay, let's get some questions here, bud. Are you / the band more motivated to write music during life's hardships or happiness? Okay, well, I'll take that, I guess. It doesn't matter. Either way is like life. You know, you're looking to write about and experience and give perspective on the human condition, regardless of what that is. All right, what do we got here?
I'm seeing
Scotty.
I'm not seeing too many. Yeah, I'm trying to find a question here.
Come on, guys, ask a goddamn question. Maybe they just want to watch us. They're voyeurs.
Maybe.
Or are we voyeurs? How's that work? Newgrass is what Pimp Fishing just told us.
Yeah, I'm seeing lots of comment. Oh, who writes the lyrics?
Who writes the lyrics?
Well,
Holly and Raina and myself all wrote lyrics on the last record, and who knows what happens with the next one.
I got so many lyrics. This world's a shit show. This next album's gonna be.
What's your favorite festival, Scott?
Favorite festival that we've played or period? Favorite festival that we've ever played, I mean, it's hard to not say Lock In or like Peach, but like Northwest String Summit, like that site is pretty incredible.
That was a pretty good one. That was a pretty good day. Oh, right.
Yeah.
There were the strings on it. I ate a lot of mushrooms. Some might say too many before that show. And if you watch the video of it, I'm just like, I have a pretty ridiculous smile on.
I think we all have that smile.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to throw anybody else under the bus, but
I'll join your bus. It's fine.
but yeah, it was fucking hilarious. I just remember, I just remember at one point, like something happened, and just like looking over at Holly and just be like, like,
yeah, I started doing the like.
That was a great set, though, man. That was a fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's the vibe of that place is pretty incredible. So,
Yeah.
Why didn't you extend the jams on the studio album? Well, it's a studio album.
What Scott said, let the studio album be its own thing, be its own piece of art, and let the live experience be its own thing and its own interpretation of the original piece of art.
Yeah. Since I'm here, and this is specific to me, Scotty, what's your favorite song to play?
There we go.
Honestly, it's kind of hard to not say like Keep Your Hands to Yourself or Don't Come Apart, just because like, as far as originals go, just because like, or Best Kept Secret, because like they all really go like to endless possibilities, and they last for a while as far as like improv goes. Like we're able to really take things pretty far out. I feel like on average, any of those songs are at least 20 minutes. In some cases they've been like 30 minutes long. So, and not that length is, plays too much of a part in that, but like it shows you that like
jam, Scott.
yeah, it's exactly. So, but those are kind of, I guess, Keep Your Hands to Yourself is definitely, it definitely goes on top of the list for me more often than not.
It's a fun number.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's also it's very much like the theme of the world we live in right now. Like don't come near me.
Hangtown set was awesome. Thank you. Still have the 80s Steely pin from the Covington show last year. Was that me or you, bud?
You're the pin guy. I mean,
Then I probably still have it. How much do you think about the jams when you're writing studio tracks? Absolutely fucking zero.
We don't think about jams, period.
Yeah.
That's the point of it.
You can jam anything, Easy, Scott. Easy. Don't tell me the difference between.
God.
No, but you can improvise over anything, any song, any theme or whatever. It doesn't really it doesn't matter. So when it comes to like writing the songs, it's like to go in and be like, well, where's the jam section of the song? It's just that's not how you write.
No.
Good stuff. It's not a good thing. Do any pieces of advice? Oh, sorry.
This is a good. I was literally going to read the same one. This is a good one, but I'll let you read it. You want me to read it? I'll read it. Okay, we'll answer do any pieces of advice come to mind you could offer other musicians regarding something you wish you understood sooner about booking, the industry, and promotion? To be honest, there are a lot of answers to that question, but the best advice I can give you is you just have to go out and do it. There really are no shortcuts to any of this crap. It's all about like the ups and downs and ebb and flow of this. I'll let you know that the industry is a bit of a shit show. But you kind of just have to go along for the ride and enjoy as much of it as possible. If you enjoy all of those times and can look back even on the hard times as something kind of humorous, looking back on it, then you've got one foot, or you're going in the right direction. I forget what phrase I was going to say there. But
Some kind of idiom, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality is that, it's supposed to be fucking hard, man. It's if things weren't difficult, then everyone would do them, and then they wouldn't be special. You know what I mean? Like, it's so, yeah, don't bother looking for a shortcut. It's not about a shortcut. And it's not even about like the end thing, you know. It's like, this is life, man. You know, it's like it is the journey and all that fucking, you know, happy horseshit. It's actually true, and especially with music, just play music and love what you're doing. Love it. Love what you're doing. Love what you're saying. Love the whole thing. And, you know, put your head down, do the work, and it'll work out, you know. Like, but like, you know, don't be looking, oh, you know, what are they doing? What are they doing? Just like, man, fuck that. Just do your thing. Try to have as much of your own vision as possible, and just chase that fucking thing forever. Because that the exciting thing about being an artist is that you never get to the end, you know, because it's like, okay, I have a vision, and then you chase it and you get as close as you can to it as possible, and which is still probably a miss. And then you're going to have a new vision, and that vision is going to be different because you've grown as a person, and yada, 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 yada. So don't worry about that shit. Moving.
Also, none of it matters anyway, because you should just be kind of doing your own thing, but also like everything changes so often. I mean, look at what happened now. Like however many years ago, you would say like making records or selling records isn't as important as like going out, playing shows and selling merchandise and marketing and in that sort of way. And now we can't even do that, and we have to like think and change perspective completely. So like, I don't know, be the change that is necessary and is going to continue to happen with the evolution of the music industry. So,
All right, what do we got here? How much do you feel you've grown musically since the first tour? Good amount, right?
a lot. I mean, me personally, I had to put ego and various things aside that would get in the way a lot, especially in improvisation and those expectations. Like someone was just asking, as far as what do you think about when you're jamming? I used to think way too much. And now the concept is like, practice your instrument and as much as you possibly can, so that when you get up there, you don't have to think. It just kind of flows right out of you. So I feel like that has grown a lot for me in the last, you know, from the first tour moving forward. And especially in this last year, I feel like 2019 for us was like awesome. I don't know if it was like us kind of getting used to each other's musical vibe and just being on the road with each other, or, you know, having Dan in the band has been awesome as well. And it came around at that same time where like, I feel like every show has just been kind of interesting and different and just exciting. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I was talking with somebody else about this, that, you know, a lot of bands, when they first start, they get to have that, you get to have that period where like you're figuring out a lot of shit, and you get to have that moment, which takes usually like 6 months or a year, and you get to have that in private because you're usually staying local. You're, maybe playing, local shows at a bar or whatever. So it's like, whatever, you shit the bed, it doesn't matter. And like, personalities clashing or figuring things out, or in our case, Steve, our bass player, Steve, decided he didn't want to be on the road. These things happen, and it kind of whatever. And then you solidify your lineup and you move. We went from inception directly into a national tour. So yeah, that first year was us like developing a language within ourselves, like that we know, and that we know how to gauge, and solidifying our lineup. Steve leaving was, at the time, I think that's when, for me at least, it was definitely like, okay, this band's fine, because it wasn't like Steve left and everybody was like, fuck this. It was like Steve left, we're like, okay, well, what are the four of us going to do? And we did it, and we were fortunate, super fortunate to find Dan, and then we just moved, and it was better than it ever had been. So yeah, the first year, it's we've grown a lot. What else we got here? I saw you guys play the first Terrapin show back in 2018, and seen you 12 times since. Fucking yeah, that guy.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, thanks, man. We super appreciate you seeing us that many times, and your support and your encouraging words here. That he says that we've grown in visible ways, not just in my facial hair. Okay, well,
Here's one. Here
Yeah.
we go. Do you prefer the writing and recording process or performing better? I mean, I feel like Tom's going to say the same thing. They're two very different things that I enjoy equally. Right now, given our current climate, if you will, I have to say performing just because it's not happening anytime too soon. So I miss it a lot more. Not that we as a band are writing together and, more importantly, recording together anytime too soon either, but that's going to be able to happen sooner than performing. And I'm definitely realizing through this that I miss it and kind of need it. I haven't gone this long without performing. And since I don't have a drum set in my space, playing drums period in this long, it's definitely put a lot of things into perspective, makes you realize how fortunate we are to get to do what we get to do. So I'm going to go with performing, but I love both pretty equally.
okay, Mr. Zwang, we're gonna bid adieu.
Yeah.
And get Mr. Africano involved here. But love you, buddy. Good seeing you.
You too. Bye, everyone.
All right.
How do I get out of here? Do you get me? Oh, I X out. There we go.
Amazing.
I'm
Amazing.
taking a page out.
All right, there goes Scott. Who do we got next here? The Witch Doctor. We're waiting for the Witch Doctor to join in here. While we're doing that, let's see what we got here. Oh, there we go. Hey. What's your name, bud?
What's up, bro?
What's your name?
I just clicked the button. I didn't know it was gonna work like this.
Ah,
you guys have
just-
instruments around?
I got a guitar over there.
We miss you, man. We miss you guys.
I appreciate it, man. We miss. Well, it depends. Where are you?
I'm up here in Montana, and we miss
Oh.
J-Rad and Ghostlight.
I love
You guys
Montana.
are awesome.
Dude, what was that? What was the place J-Rad played there? That
Kettle House.
Oh my God, what a cool fucking place, man.
Dude, we're still talking about that. I still bump into cats down here, still listening to the show like every day.
I don't remember much of it musically, but I do remember just aesthetically, like the energy of that place was so great. And it was like in the middle, it was like you were living inside of a Bob Ross painting, you know?
You guys gave it. We felt like family. It felt like you guys were having a lot of fun. You ended with, I think the first set ended with Shakedown Street, if I'm right, and it was like a soft ending, and you guys came back out and just picked it back up. It felt like we were at a family jam session.
Yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah, that was, oh man, what a great night. That's a great place, man. Super cool. What was your name?
I'm Doc, Bo Mansich. Yeah.
Tom, good to meet you, buddy.
Well, Montana misses you. I didn't realize it was going to do this. I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Don't worry about it, bud.
We really
miss
miss
you.
you.
I'll take a question later on, but hey, it was good seeing you, and say hey to everybody in Montana.
Thanks, right on, bro. Will do.
Take it easy, Doc. All right, we're gonna say all right, and moving on. Who do we got next? Let's see. Oh, not that. There we go. Okay, who do we got here? Going live with Dan Africano. Here comes bass extraordinaire, Dan Africano. Yes, Logan, the FedEx guy, and Doc are exactly what this country needs. Okay, Dan, how you doing, bud? Hi.
There we go.
Look,
I'm doing pretty good.
I feel like I'm like FaceTiming with like the cool uncle that lives in Florida.
You're not far off. I am the cool uncle of my family, so
Oh, that's so funny.
I just walked inside. What's happening?
Looking
Yeah, it's coming in. You know, I had it going for about a month, got sick of it, and shaved it, and it's kind of been like a once a week sort of thing now.
Yeah, that's fine. Dude, my
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
was like gross. It was so fucking disgusting. It was like literally out to here. So I had.
I know. I saw it. It was definitely gross.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Like there was like whole sandwiches stuck in it. You know, it's like all right, I gotta get rid of
Couple
this.
joints, couple
Yeah.
stems, couple
Not even a
roaches.
joint, like a whole bag of pot fell out of it. I'm like, oh, that's sad. I was looking for that
Nice.
for weeks.
That's funny.
How you doing, bud?
Man, better now. You know, I came up to the mountains, and it's been pretty nice living up here.
Good move, bud. You're in Breck?
Yeah. I'm in Breck. You want to see?
I would love to see. I think everybody would like to see. I think all 51 people like to see.
Check it out.
Yeah, that's pretty good, bud.
Pretty fucking nice.
Yeah, it's a little bit nicer than Philadelphia. Just a touch.
You know, I was living in a basement in Denver, and it was dark and shitty, and so I just I decided to come up here and live here.
It's a much better idea, man.
So I did that. I brought my studio with me, and I've been mixing music up here, and it's been great. Yeah.
Man, there you go. Fucking
My
damn
cat's
good.
under the deck outside. She's loving it.
Yeah, where is that little kitty?
She's under the deck. If you want, I can go. I can go see if I can find her.
I think
Let's see. If we can,
I think everybody would like to see your cat. But
let's do it then. You know. I actually I started a project a while ago. I abandoned, but I got to get back on it. I started photoshopping her face, like cutting it out. I think I'm gonna make Maggie face stickers. I think it's a good idea.
you're not going to get an argument from me. I'm totally okay with
Let's see. Well, I don't see her. There she is. And turn the camera around.
it. Okay. Oh, this is a good kitty. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a good kitty right here. Maggie.
This is Maggie.
Is kind of the best.
She's taking shelter behind the shovels.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna snow on Sunday, so I'm keeping the shovels around. Here we go. There we go.
Oh
It's
man,
Maggie the cat.
that's the best cat. Look at that. This is just a
She's
regal animal.
she's super regal. She's about a year old, and way cooler than anyone I know, including myself.
Yeah. No, she's pretty much the prince of cats. Okay, let's get some questions, Dan. Let's take a couple questions.
Sure, let's do it.
Shall we? Is that the one you were going to try to Airbnb?
Actually, yeah, but nobody's traveling. I can't figure out why, but like nobody was renting this really nice spot of mine.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's not a. Come on, folks. Anybody's got any questions?
That's cool. I mean, I could just go back to yard work,
Yeah, is that what you've been doing, bud?
Today, yeah, I gotta get my yard in shape. It's pretty shitty. It's been neglected.
What's the vibe up there? Are there a lot of people up there?
The vibe is that like all the locals kind of love having their town back. There's not really a lot of tourists around.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's starting to change. Like within the past week, people are kind of starting to trickle up from the Front Range and go camping and
Yeah.
go into town to find that everything's closed still.
Ugh, it's weird. I just started coming back to the studio this week, actually, and it's fucking weird out there, man. It's fucking
It
weird.
certainly is. Certainly is, and there's like I think everybody's kind of figuring out how to like navigate this new set of like social norms that nobody really knows like how to act or like what's okay, and like this shit is real, but it's hard to understand it if you can't exactly see it.
Yeah, it's not
And a lot of
tangible.
people, a lot of people know people that have been sick. A lot of people think they had it. It's hitting close to home for a lot of people, but still, there's I think the majority of folks out there kind of still think it's some random weird thing in the ether that that they can't really put a finger on. Like you said, it's in the ether, so it's hard to understand.
Yeah. We got a question here.
Cool.
How did Dan join the band?
Okay, from my perspective or from yours?
Well, let's go from. Well, we can go A and then B, sir. You can start.
Let's do it.
You know.
How did Dan join the band? I was in Denver, and I got a text message from a friend of mine that said, hey, something along the lines of like, my friend's band is looking for a bass player for their tour coming up, and I wonder if you might be interested. And I think he also mentioned, like, I don't think it's really your vibe. They do a lot of improvising. So he told me the name of the band, and I checked it out. And I think there was a single from the album on Spotify, and I checked it out, and it was cool. It was like this indie rock vibe, like very song oriented, which I was super into. I liked it a lot. And then I listened to the live thing, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I was confused. Sounded like two different bands to me. So anyways, I got a call from, well, I responded. I said, yeah, I'd be interested in, talking to them and seeing what's up. And I got a call from Tom, who said that Holly was actually in Denver. So were you at the time. And to see if I could meet up. So we went to a friend of mine's studio and jammed for like an hour and talked for an hour. And, kind of like kicked around some ideas about like, could this work? Now,
real quick, we should point out that the tour started in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it was, and I was actually going to Cuba, like, so I was going to be out of town for 10 of the this was late February. So like I was going out of town for 10 days, would come back and like have a 10-hour rehearsal and then a 4-hour rehearsal the next day. And then a 2-hour rehearsal for like my own gig later that night. It was kind of some crazy shit. But I decided to roll the dice and see what was up. I didn't really know anything about the band, but I thought the songs were cool, and I thought that I could vibe with the two members that I had met. And so I said, fuck it, let's give it a shot. So I did. And that's what you call trial by fire.
Just going to get in a van with a bunch of strangers
Yeah.
for 10 weeks. Like, that is literally the opposite of what we're taught to do. It's like, if you get a van with strangers, that 10 weeks is going to be you tied up in the back with like a ball gag in your mouth. You know what I mean? Like, that's not going to usually be such a fun.
There were no windows on the van either, and there was a sign that said candy inside. It was a real gamble, but it worked out, I think.
It was great. And bringing it back, which is that this Cervantes show that we just released on Spotify and all the other platforms today. This is Dan's like 10th show or something, right? I mean,
ninth show.
9th show was that Cervantes set, and it's really fucking beautiful. It's a beautiful concert, man. Like, we did, we had a lot of great, conversations on stage that we had in front of a bunch of people, and we recorded it, and it's fun. The best thing about Dan is that he's game, which is really what it takes. It's to be able to have that freedom on stage, is to have it be a situation where everybody that's in the band is game. If anyone has any reservations or is like not into it, it's not going to be fun, because you're gonna, it's like you have this wheel, and then if somebody's not that into it, you're going to have like kind of like a weird, like oval situation happening. So it's not smooth. But when the 5 of us are on stage, man, Dan was game, and yeah, it's super fun.
Okay. That brings up a really fun point that I kind of realized in playing with this band about the creative process, is that you kind of have to allow yourself to like go out on a limb, and like you got to be okay with the potential of just taking a shit, like playing something terrible, because like the good stuff is going to come if you take those chances, which is something I kind of learned in playing something as high stakes as like all improvised music on stage, for lots of people.
Yeah, man, that's what the fun is. That's the point of the whole thing. That's the point of being a band that improvises, is to really go for it. If we're planning things in advance, or if we're like, I don't know, if it's structured, that's not what we're advertising it to be. So it's like, like if nobody knows what's happening next, including the band, I think it's a pretty fun experience with the audience of like, hey, we're all surprised that worked, or we're all surprised that didn't work, and yeah, I don't know. There's a beautiful thing about being okay with shitting the bed and once in a while actually doing it. It's like, it's pretty great. Dan is certainly down to shit the bed.
You gotta be, that's when you find the gold.
Never mind. Okay.
There's a joke in there somewhere. I'm not gonna make it though.
Absolutely. I had it. Okay. Dream guest. Nobody wants a guest. Let's see.
3-show drink of choice.
Oh, there you go.
All right, I'll field this one.
Please.
Let's see. This is going to have to start in the morning because the drink of choice.
Dan does have a whole like regimen that he goes through every day.
It's coffee club, man. Coffee club happens every morning in the hotel lobby. Preferably a natural Ethiopian coffee. Got the hand grinder, the AeroPress. That's the pre-show drink of choice. Now you got to wait several hours, until the show, but that's it. The rest of it, I don't really care. I won't do booze until afterwards, and it's typically tequila, but that's not nearly as important as the good cup of coffee in the morning.
Yes. I mean, I feel the official drink of the band would be tequila, right? I mean, that's pretty much what everybody drinks.
I think that's definitely it.
Right, and then I feel like maybe Raina has wine sometimes, but mostly I think all you guys are kind of tequila drinkers. I personally myself abstain from booze, but yeah, I think tequila is the.
Yeah, that's most definitely the drink of choice.
Let's see, we got Puff Puff Pass. We're working on that technology, my friend.
Are you superstitious at all? Any pre-show rituals? I warm up my fingers. Nothing crazy, I guess besides like, standing on my head and meditating and passing out, but
right, like that movie Major League, the guy he's like, I need he needs a whole chicken to Jobu, But yeah, I'm with Dan. I just do like a lot of like finger warming upping before. Oh, hey, we're gonna run out of time. I guess you can only do this for an hour. So yeah, it's a really fun show, and thank you guys for tuning in and checking it out, and we'll do it again sometime.